Today, we're going to unpack how what seems like a single corporate decision in the AI world is sending these massive shockwaves through the tech industry, global politics, and even the entire economy. It really all kicks off with one headline.
So let's just dive right in. The whole tech world started buzzing because of one report. Meta, one of the biggest players in AI, is apparently looking to team up with Google. And that single move puts another company squarely in its crosshairs.
And yeah, that move is being seen as a direct shot at NVIDIA, who has been the undisputed king of AI hardware for years. I mean, if you were doing anything serious in AI, you were buying NVIDIA chips, period. That whole world might be on the verge of a huge shakeup. Okay, so at the heart of all this are two competing pieces of tech. On one side, you've got NVIDIA's GPUs, they're the gold standard. On the other, Google's challenger, the TPU. Now, the report says Meta could be spending billions on Google's chips come 2027. And look, this isn't just some small market shift. We are talking about a move that could completely redraw the map of the entire AI industry. So what exactly are these challenger chips from Google? And why is this high-stakes battle for AI dominance all coming to a head right now? So, TPUs, what are they? Well, they stand for Tensor Processing Units, and they've kind of been Google's secret weapon for about a decade now. See, unlike NVIDIA's GPUs, which are more like a Swiss Army knife, TPUs are specialists. They were custom-built for one job and one job only, making AI run as smoothly and efficiently as possible. And this right here, this really gets to the core of why a company like Meta would even think about such a huge switch. Because Google designs its own AI models and the chips they run on, it creates this incredible feedback loop. The chips are apparently fantastic at inference, which is basically just the work an AI does when you ask it to do something. For a company at Meta's scale, making that process even a little more efficient could mean saving an enormous amount of money and energy. Oh, and it also lets them be less dependent on NVIDIA, which is a huge bonus. It is a massive, massive gamble to move away from the industry standard. So what did the people with money on the line actually think about this? Well, the market's immediate reaction tells you pretty much everything you need to know. And yeah, you can see the financial stakes right here, clear as day. The second this report came out, Alphabet's stock shot up, while NVIDIA's took a 3.5% hit. Investors didn't just see this as a rumor. They saw it as a real, credible threat that could seriously reshape the entire AI hardware market. But here's the thing. This corporate battle, it is not happening in a vacuum. The competition for who will dominate AI is now a national priority. This corporate arms race is being mirrored at the highest levels of government. It's not just about companies anymore, it's about countries. In a move that really frames AI as this big national quest, the Trump administration signed an executive order for something called the Genesis Mission. That name is very intentional. They're treating the race for AI dominance with the same kind of gravity as the space race, basically recognizing that whichever nation controls the hardware, well, they control the future. So what is this Genesis Mission really? It's an effort to centralize America's AI strategy, pumping federal money and power into development to make sure the US stays ahead of the pack. This means the fight between NVIDIA and Google isn't just about market share anymore. It's now officially, a matter of national security. The stakes just got a whole lot higher. And this national push for AI leadership has huge ripple effects all over the world. Control over this kind of technology gives nations new leverage. And you can see that playing out in some really tense negotiations happening across the globe right now.
Just take the conflict in Eastern Europe, for example. The modern battlefield is being totally transformed by AI-driven tech, from smart drones to lightning-fast intelligence analysis. That technological advantage is becoming a huge factor in diplomatic talks, influencing what each side is willing to give up. You can see just how chaotic the path to a peace deal has been. Plans get proposed, they get shot down, and all the while, behind the scenes, the technological arms race is heating up. At the end of the day, the ability to deploy better AI on the battlefield gives you more power at the negotiating table, which makes finding a stable peace incredibly difficult.
And this whole dynamic isn't just about active war zones. Over in Asia, the US is trying to pull off this really delicate balancing act. And right at the center of it is the global supply chain for the very chips that power all this AI. I mean, talk about the ultimate tightrope walk. The Trump administration is trying to hash out a trade deal with China, a huge piece of the tech supply chain, while also backing its key ally, Japan, a powerhouse in semiconductor manufacturing.
And then you throw in rising tensions over Taiwan, which just happens to be home to the most advanced chip factories in the world. Every single diplomatic move could upset this incredibly fragile ecosystem that the entire global AI industry relies on.
So you've got this intense corporate race happening at the same time as all this geopolitical tension. And it's all creating a ton of uncertainty. And all that uncertainty boils down to one critical economic question that has investors pretty much holding their breath. And that question brings us to this one single number, 75%. That's the probability that investors are placing on the US Federal Reserve cutting interest rates in December. With the AI industry booming but global tensions flaring up, investors are basically betting the Fed will have to step in to keep the economy stable and protect these massive tech investments. And for the markets, timing is everything. A rate cut in December could pour even more fuel on the AI fire, sending stocks like NVIDIA and Alphabet even higher. But if they wait, that delay could create all sorts of new uncertainty, hurting the very companies that are at the center of this tech revolution. So, what's the big takeaway here? We've traced a line from a single deal over some computer chips all the way to national security policy and complex global standoffs. AI isn't just a piece of tech anymore. It's quickly becoming the new center of gravity for corporate power, for national ambition, and for international relations. And as all the pieces on this new global chessboard keep moving, the biggest question is still unanswered.